morning, everybody. Welcome to the pre-market live show. Today is Wednesday, January 14th. The market looks a little red, but first we'll go over all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How is everybody this morning? And let's look at that heat map. There you go. It is pretty red right there. Our Mag 7, our SPY, our Qs are down a little bit, so we'll have a little bit of pullback here, which is perfectly fine. That's why the red flag was out. So there you go. That's exactly what we were looking at right there. So there's your Qs and your SPY, and here's your Qs. And look, they're dipping down, and they look like they could be coming down a little bit. Maybe we come back down to the 20 area right there. We've tested it before, and it bounces off the 20s and the 50s. So maybe we'll see a little more dippage right there. We do have PPI coming out this morning, so we got to keep an eye on that. That will be at 8:30 right here. So we'll be keeping an eye on PPI, see what that data looks like and how that'll affect the market this morning. So it is red, and let's go ahead and check out what's hopping right here. I actually didn't even go on X yet, did I? But I didn't see any. Let me see. Is there anything? Jolie's jumpers. I didn't even go on because I haven't seen them lately. Hold on. No, I am really concerned about Asian Jolie. And let's see what's going on over here with our big poppers, our top gainers. Let's just open them up and see what's happening. And IVP, who's been talking about that one, guys? So that's up 100% right there. Look at that IVP. That's that veterinarian one, Inspire Veterinarian. There you go, Doge Mama 9 after that. See, they do that dip and rip, so you got to be really patient. When you see that big old dip like that, that's when you want to look at them, because they get ripping after that for whatever reason. They always love to do that dip and rip if they're not set up and just rolling in there. That was kind of set up, but it was just taking its time, and you got that good dip and rip look. OCG up a little bit right there. There's Beam Global's that solar one. Weren't we just looking at this the other day, weren't we? I know we were. I was just talking about this thing, BEEM. And remember we went through solar and picked that bad boy out right there. It was right there. It was looking really good. There you go. It's running up there this morning. So there you go with that one. And let's see what else is going on up here. YYAI, this started to run yesterday in the after hours, or right at the end of the day, I think. I think it was in the after hours. They had news or something. There's INDO. Look at that bad boy cruising along up there. Indonesia Energy Corp. And that is cruising. Wow, that one's moving along pretty well right there. And let's see what is going on with the rest of the market here. We looked at our SPYs and Qs. There you go, Doge Mama 9 getting into that IVP. I knew you'd be in that bad boy right there. You track them bad boys down when they dip hard like that, like it did yesterday. And that's usually your sign. So there you go. That was the sign right there, IVP. So keep an eye on that one today. It could get moving a little bit more. And let's see what's our list doing here. And I'll go through Apple, our Mag 7. Apple is down a little bit. It was looking a lot better. I'm sure it will pop. It's just pulling back with the market today. Nothing to be really that concerned about. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Could be great opportunities right here in the market. Amazon is pulling back, so just let that one pull back. Google's down a little bit. That's been running up and is in the top. We'll have to see if it wants to maintain that top. It's staying up there right now, so it could want to stay up there. Meta right here diving down. It'll probably come down to this trend line right here. So we could have a little bit of pullback, and then we're going to get blasting right back off. You guys know that. Microsoft right here, we do have earnings starting, so that could be the catalyst unless it keeps driving it down a little bit further. But Microsoft dipping down to that trend line again, and it did pull back yesterday down there. And Nvidia right here, NVDA, and that's down a little bit as well this morning. So there's not too many green ones, and Tesla's also down. So we'll be watching all them to see what they want to do today. AMC right here. Look at that bad boy. I'm telling you, AMC has something going on. We should be looking at them again. And that was a great call right there. GameStop, I don't know what I'm typing in, but GameStop, another one. Look at this thing. It's trying to get set up. I don't know what's going on with these meme coins right here. I'm not sure what this follows, but it is up right there, that meme, whatever, the ETF that follows memes. So it's interesting. And Chewy right here down a little bit, and Unity down a little bit this morning. I saw that. It's sitting on the 20 right there, so it could want to bounce off of that. And Netflix, it's up. I'm telling you guys, Netflix is looking a lot better right now. Warner Brothers, I think that thing's going to go through relatively soon, sooner than later. And PSKY is going to be dipping down there. I think you see that one get into the basement, to be honest with you. Let's look at some semiconductors. AVGO, what a pullback right there. MU pulling back pretty good as well. So definitely keep an eye on that pullback. And then TSM, that's pulling back. So your semiconductors having some pullback issues. And let's look at these. SMCI still dipping down there. A good dip yesterday. I said I was looking at that. So we'll keep an eye on it. AMD was up yesterday, and that hit the 50, and that's even pulling back there. And then your QCOM right here is dipping down some more. So they are pulling back at the moment right now. A little rotation action there, Luis Rodriguez. Good morning, Sam. How are you this morning? And Snow pulling back. Remember, we said Snow is going to be coming down. It looked like it. Maybe we put Snow down right there. We could probably put a bunch of these semiconductor ones down. PayPal dipping down some more. That looked pretty good the other day. So that is just pulling back. And Intel did spike up some more. It's in the top. Be careful with the market conditions, but it's been bucking the trend right now. And Dell pulling back a little more, and we're going to keep an eye on that for when it gets set up. IBM right here was running up, and now it has a great setup though. So just watch for dip opportunities on IBM right there. And Palantir and Sophie, let's see what they're up to. Palantir still dipping down. Sophie didn't look too bad, but that is pulling back as well. And actually, the chart setup changed a little bit. So that's going to have a little bit of setup time right now. Mara and Riot, these guys are looking good with crypto looking good. Bitcoin's at 94,700 right there. And Ethereum's at 3,283. Cardano's at 41 cents. Chainlink's at 1387 and Solana's at 143. So that is what they look like for the crypto world. We'll go through that in a minute. And it looks like Ripple is 211 there. So they're not looking too bad. Little bit of pullback this morning, but nothing real crazy. They jumped up, obviously. And here's your Riot right there. And again, it's up a little bit, just kind of paused itself because it crypto kind of stalled, but it still jumped up. Clean Spark, we were talking about that, and it's hitting the 50. Once it gets through that, you know it's going to be running right there. And of course, our micro strategy, that's Microsoft MSTR, there you go. And there we are, and that's jumping up there, approaching the 50 areas. So you know it'll hit that and then probably have a little bit of pullback unless crypto gets really nutty, which I think it already did for that little pop-up right there. And Robinhood definitely getting set up right there. You know, Coinbase loves when crypto gets ripping because that's what it's based on. So that will get moving right there. And then hopefully it pulls up bull right here. Good old Webull just kind of hanging out. So hopefully that gets moving. Space right here has been just kind of flat the last day or two. It was pulling back, but it is flat, bowing up a little. Well, it's not up. It was up over the trend line today. It's just down, but a little bit flat as well for Boeing with the market red. DJT down a little bit. And Nike, let's see, that's pulling back. McDonald's, that's even pulling back. McDonald's looks really good right there, guys. So not the food, but you know, the stock ticker. And MCD is not looking bad, trying to cross the MACD right there. I always love when that sets up like that. McDonald's through the MACD, you can just say MCD trying to cross through the MACD. So there you are. And Disney pulling back a little bit there, Luis Rodriguez. How about that Oxy up a little bit there this morning? It looks like it wants to run some. And what is the other one? I keep forgetting. The USO, United States Oil Fund. And that's also, whoa, that is up pretty good. They were on the money with that one, that's for sure. USO, that is up real nice this morning. And we were talking about these in the Discord yesterday. So there you go with them. And let's see what else is going on over here. Oxy DXYZ right there is down, and Exxon Mobil is up right there. So there you go. Progressive G, how are you this morning? I couldn't think of your name last night. After we were doing the show, I was trying to say that you were hanging out there and listening to the interview, and I couldn't even think of, as soon as I got off, I remembered. I kept thinking Ross, and I couldn't think of Progressive G. And I remembered when I hopped off. I was like, damn, I knew that would happen. And anyway, Progressive G, hope you're having a good morning this morning, and thanks for tuning into the interview. I hope you guys enjoyed that interview last night. Nora One Medical Technologies CEO Dave Rosa, and Laptop Travel is going to interview him today at 1 p.m. if you want to listen to that. I'm going to tune in and check it out. And yeah, that was a great interview. I thought that was a lot of great information there. Interesting device that they have. We'll call it a device. That's what it is. I couldn't think of the word yesterday when I was talking. I'm like, what do you even call this? It's like a tool, but it's more of a device, a medical device, I'd say. But yeah, it's a fascinating medical device that helps with seizures and stuff. So you can check that out. And the stock ticker, we can look at it this morning. NMTC. He said a lot of warrants were expiring today, I believe, right? Laptop Travel. I think that's what he said. But that is curling up. I guess our interview helped right there. And it is moving up 3% there this morning. So check it out, NMTC. So we'll keep an eye on this one. We'll add it right to the list. And then we'll make sure that we keep an eye on that bad boy, see what it wants to do, and catch the poppers on it. So there you go for that. And let's see, what are you guys looking at? Or it could just be some normal profit taking, a little bit of a rotation action happening, things jumping out. I mean, they weren't exactly in the Mag 7 hardcore yet anyway. So there's your MTNB, that Martinez one. And let's see, where'd it go over here? MTNB. And let's see, it did gap up there this morning, huh? We were looking at that. Like, was it up yesterday? It couldn't have been because it was right here. That was yesterday's date. So where'd it close at yesterday? 65, and you're at 78 right now. Damn, look at that one, Doge Mama 9. Were you all over that? That's a beauty right there. Doge Mama 9 has a good way of picking out the penny stocks that are getting ready to pop up there. And you could see this one did pop up there. Well, it jumped up yesterday. What did it close at? It closed at 75 there. Well, today's what, the 14th, and that says the 13th. And over here, what's it say over here? That's the 12th. Oh, yeah. So that was yesterday. So it's not even open yet because I was thinking today was the 13th. My bad. So it gapped up yesterday. We'll have to see what it does look pretty strong. It's not moving yet this morning. I could have just looked at that and saw that it wasn't really moving, but it looked like that was today's date. I don't know what was going on. But yeah, we were looking at this bad boy last night. It does look really good there. We have to keep MTNB on your list right here. It just has that not open flat look right there. It doesn't look bad. The market's down. So, but that could get cruising there, Doge Mama 9. Let's definitely keep an eye on that one right there. And Gels, what is that up to? GELS, and that is up. Whoa, wasn't that spiking up yesterday? I think I remember. Then we look at this one, Gels, GELS. I know we looked at that other one, SAFX. Gels right here. I don't know if we looked at this, but that is a good spike up hitting the top. I don't know. Has that look like it could pull back right there? So just beware of that. And SAFX right here is moving. Remember, we were looking at this last night. Let's see what it's doing over here. Let me just hop out there. It's driving me nutty. SAFX right there. There we go. And what was that? That's today's date. So that did remember we were looking at that. I'd mentioned somebody yesterday in the stock twits had sent this over to me and said, keep an eye on this. And then Luis Rodriguez had added it to his list also. So there you go. What is Nasdaq doing this morning there, Progressive G? It's just sitting there flat. This thing doesn't always move in the morning. I know that, but specialty chemicals aren't looking bad. That's a good pullback right there. I think Nasdaq could be a great opportunity real soon right here. So you can see right there, that was yesterday's date because it was the 13th. And it's not necessarily doing anything yet this morning. So I'll look at it as soon as we get into the Discord. I'll look at Nasdaq. AMD, a nice little pullback here. Could it be a great opportunity? Absolutely. Maybe it comes down a little bit more. Watch for it in the 215 area down here. Maybe it gets back to the 20 right there, Progressive G. But I do think this could be a great opportunity right here. What do they have news? A strategic collaboration with Tata Consultancy Service to co-develop industry-specific AI solutions and accelerate enterprise adoption. It's EPYC, CPUs, and all kinds of GPUs and all that good stuff. And KeyBank also upgraded AMD to overweight with a 270 target, citing at least 50% server CPU growth right there. So they're getting some upgrades and all. It is pulling back a little bit, but obviously going to be a good opportunity right there for AMD. I do like that one going long. And bull right here again. Should try to get bullish as Bitcoin's looking pretty good there. We'll look at crypto real fast, but it is I don't understand. It's just pulling back. It almost looks like it's setting up right here to get rolling. I think it tries to run by the end of the week. Remember, I was saying that yesterday or Monday. I was saying that. So what do we have? 2 days left today, and then Thursday, Friday area for bull to try to get moving here. So I think it will try to get running, especially if Bitcoin and crypto continue to run up there. And you can see that was a nice spike. And what did I say, guys? Remember, I was talking about trying to get it put back into that bullish channel. That's exactly what it's trying to do right there. I had mentioned that you could see it was going to happen off of this run up. I knew it was going to pull back off the 50 and 20. We talked about it, and now it's running back up. And we've been calling crypto and Bitcoin perfectly lately. Here's Ethereum right here, and that's a little bit of healthy pullback, nothing too crazy right there. And Solana is running up there, not looking bad also. And here's our Ripple right here. Let's take a look at it. There you go. Ripple trying to bounce right back off that MACD there. And Cardano not looking too bad. It was spiking up that little healthy pullback Doge. They all have a similar look, which you like to see. And they're in sync, and they want to run with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin gets cruising, they'll get rolling. Let's see JPMorgan trying to bounce back a little bit this morning after that huge dip. And Visa right here, and there you are. So maybe now laptop travel, we might want to look at these SYF guys. That one is not doing anything this morning, but we'll see how it opens up today. And they do have some earnings coming up at the end of the month right there, but there you are with that. And let's see that Meta Planet, that should be running. That likes to run when crypto runs. I believe they're a crypto treasury or whatever, and yeah, that one's moving up slowly but surely. So that's a good one right there. Luis Rodriguez and ABVX right here. Let's see, Abivax. And you mentioned this one last night. It does look like it's trying to set up there, ABVX. Let me see what it's doing. It spiked up the other day, just kind of sitting in this channel. I'll have to look at that bad boy today and see what that's up to right there, ABVX. And let's see. So crypto not looking bad. The market's definitely, Mag 7's definitely green. Let's put it that way. Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Tesla, Google, and there you are. Yeah, I just went out of order. Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Tesla, Google, Apple, and Meta right there. All green. Netflix looking pretty good. Intel still up. And then Bank of America not looking too bad there. ExxonMobil and them guys looking pretty good as well. So keep your eyes on that. And let's see, U.S. futures retreat from record highs as traders eye bank earnings and inflation data amid rising political tensions. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. U.S. tariff revenue drops nearly $3 billion as SCOTUS ruling nears. What? I don't even know, but it dropped. Oh, because I guess are they not able to implement them? Why the SCOTUS is meeting, I think, right? And then they have to figure it out. I think that's what happens. They pause them while it's in court. So that could be a possibility. I have no idea, but this could be the day right here that we're talking about. And the SCOTUS could report on the tariffs today. So Trump tariffs live update. Trump says we're screwed if Supreme Court rules against his tariffs. I agree. I mean, I think it would be kind of crazy. You just brought in $300 billion, whether it's from companies or, wherever. You're helping the economy. You're getting the companies to start really paying for things in this country. That's one thing that you can look at it. One way to look at it, to be honest with you. Everyone complains that these companies are so profitable. They make so much money. They give their CEOs and their executives so much money. Well, guess what? Trump figured out a way to get it in there, get back out of their pocket and put it back into America. He's just charging them. And yeah, they're obviously trying to pass the cost off to the consumers. And that's why the prices are insane. I mean, the prices have been just astronomical since Biden was in. I mean, they've just been going up, 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 up. And this is one thing I've said that Trump needs to get under control. He needs to get the inflation, especially food prices. They are astronomical. I don't know what he was talking about when he was saying at Walmart that the price was cheaper for his turkey dinner or whatever at Thanksgiving time. He was out of his mind. I remember saying, I think he bought less ingredients and less quality. He probably bought like all Walmart quality products or something. I don't even know what they did that day, but there's no way food prices are cheaper. Gas is cheaper. I'll give them that. Gas is definitely cheaper. Food prices are astronomical, guy. I mean, beef is like $12 a pound. Don't tell me that food prices are going down. It's so expensive. I don't know. I know some wasn't it Doge Mama 9 who lives in Texas and it was like really cheap or something, but not in New Jersey. I'm telling you, it's astronomical. Not even like the Aldi, the Walmarts. It doesn't matter what food store you go to. It's ridiculous around here. So yeah, the food prices gotta come down. So I don't know what they were talking about during Thanksgiving, acting like the food prices came down. That was a crock of shit. Anyway, let's see. What is our news stories here? Google's Apple AI deal marks huge loss for OpenAI. Uh-oh, Ben, that's not good. Yeah, I know he has a big position in Ben has a big position in OpenAI on the private side, and you have to get into it privately right now. And gold, silver prices hit records, and Dow futures fall as more bank earnings roll in. So I guess the bank earnings aren't looking so good. Remember we were talking about that last night, and that one bank, that New York Mellon Bank, had good earnings. It's in a bullish trend. And then I was saying, why the hell do all the other banks, like, what do they do? What does that other bank do differently? Do they have better investments or do they have better loans that they give out? I am not sure. I don't quite understand it. I know that's how banks obviously make money, but are they just some of these banks were just giving out loans to like anybody and everybody, and then that one bank, Mellon, New York, whatever the hell it's called, is like super strict. They're like, nah, we're making sure we're getting paid back 100% from every loan. I don't understand it. It's kind of odd, but yeah, banks aren't looking so good. And I was talking about like TD and a couple other ones there. So there you go. And let's see. So yeah, they're talking about bank earnings falling. Stock futures lose ground as traders weigh more bank earnings in U.S. stocks to extend losses as Iran concerns mount right there. Credit where credit's due. And so there you go, whatever that means. I guess the 10% credit thing they're talking about, possibly. I'm not even sure, but there you go, everybody. And yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. But yeah, Lewis, you thought the food prices were astronomical too. I'm telling you, it's like crazy around here, guys. It's crazy. So inflation, definitely astronomical. It hasn't gone down, let's put it that way. Even with the gas prices getting cut, usually that tries to do it, and no, it's not even working. So yeah, he better figure out something. He better figure out a way to use that tariff money to cut into the inflation, I guess. And that's the way to do it. You just keep charging the companies and taking it out of their pocket, putting it into the economy, but figuring a way out that it's got to force them to lower their prices, or they just keep getting charged more until they comply. Because I don't understand how everything is just so astronomical right now. It's ridiculous. And New Jersey ranked number 1 in the country in 2025 for the largest number of residents who fled the state. I don't doubt it. I think we had the highest property tax, I think, Louis Rodriguez, in the country. We beat out like everybody, I think, in 2025. So yeah, I'm telling you, it's crazy. I told you our electric bills now are like the price of a mortgage. It's insane. It's freaking crazy, guys. And then your food's nuts. Everything is just astronomical. So I don't know, is it just New Jersey? I have no idea. If it is, I'm just gonna have to pack up and move out of the state. It's just like crazy. I'll be one of them statistics right there. And because yeah, it is just absolutely wild. Food prices in California has been high too, and the problem is the government cannot and should not mandate prices. We're a free enterprise country now. Utilities are a different story. Yeah, I agree, laptop truck, but I'm saying he has to figure out a way to get the companies to lower the prices. That's what I'm saying. And because they're not. And obviously, are they saying that the materials cost so much money? And I mean, you go to Home Depot or anywhere and you try to buy some material and they're astronomical. So it's like everything is just completely astronomical right now. And that's what I'm saying. He has to figure out the way to use this income to get these companies to start lowering the prices, not raising the prices. So I don't know what's going on, but it is a wild scene. And that's what our market looks like. And crypto is looking pretty good. Just a little healthy pullback from last night. But Bitcoin's back at 95K right there, it says. So you're looking pretty damn good for that. And yeah, the banks aren't looking too bad. Well, at least JPMorgan and them guys, the bigger ones are. We'll have to see what the small banks start doing. And the problem is the rich are pulling money up into the top of the pyramid, and the middle lower class are swelling with burdens of higher prices. Absolutely. Yeah, that is a true thing right there, Laptop Travel. It is. It's bottlenecking now, and it's you can see like the rich is at the very, very small, and it's got tons of money wrapped up in there, and it doesn't seem like it's attainable for the middle and lower class. So yeah, I haven't seen such a huge shift in wealth as in the last 20 years. I agree. It's crazy. So, and that's why you do see a lot of crazy things going on. You see these banks and hedge funds, they're buying houses up in your towns, and they're driving prices up astronomically. Then you had all the immigration, so people were definitely looking for houses. That drove the prices. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons that it's happening, but again, they got to really dive into this and get it under control. It's just spiraling out of control right now. So I can tell you that, and I think everybody's starting to see it, and that's not a good look for your midterms coming up for Trump. I'm telling you again. Yeah, you want the economy to be ripping. You need the stock market to be like at all-time highs. I've talked about it a lot. But at the same time, you got to have consumers comfortable with being able to go buy meat and not have beef at $12 a pound and all that other stuff. So yeah, it's crazy. And Central Florida Gardening said, don't move here. But in Florida, prices are down. They're also looking at end property taxes in the state. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. And the state banks off of tourism. Yes, it does. That is the truth right there, Central Florida. So yeah, my state decides to just like Minnesota, you see what Tim Walz did. That's what New Jersey does. I live in a very corrupt state. I mean, my town, guys, I'm going to do the report on that VFW. I have the papers. I told you I can't get no media one to pick it up. I'll do the thing. I'll do it just like who's the dude, Nick Shirley. I'll do a report like he ended up doing, and I'll expose our VFW and all the people involved. They're not going to be happy about this, but screw them. They need to be held accountable. When you're stealing $80,000 from the veterans, you need to be held accountable. And because there was council people involved and all these people, they wanted to brush it under the rug. Well, just so happened I ended up getting the state report, and I read it to you guys a while back. So yeah, I'm going to do that probably this weekend. I'm going to put a video together. So they're not going to be happy in my town, I can tell you that right now. They are going to be super upset and really pissed. They don't like me anyway. I love it. So yeah, they need to be exposed. Everybody that's involved in this, when you're stealing money like that from veterans and other people and taxpayers and everybody else, you definitely need to be exposed. You definitely need to just be put out there, and then you need to be held accountable for your actions. So yeah, I told you there was $80,000, and I think at least over 60 of it, I'm pretty sure it was almost all 80K was missing, and that was in 7 months. 7 months, guys. That's how much money they made. And they had an illegal gambling ring going on. I mean, it says it all in the paperwork. I read it to you guys. It's pretty wild. So I'm definitely doing a video about it. It makes me so angry. And that, guys, that VFW, I actually played for that VFW as a kid, won a championship for that VFW, played for it in my whole minor leagues and in baseball. And not only that, I told you, my dad's a veteran. He's a Bronze Star Vietnam vet. And that was the VFW that he belonged to for forever. So, well, he belonged to that one, and then we had another one. They shut the other one down in my town because of all kinds of shenanigans going on. Maybe I'll add that to the story at the end. They'll say, yeah, you want to find out about what happened to the other VFW here? Comment on here, because that one's gone, and that's a realty building now. They had to sell the whole goddamn building. So yeah, our council and people got caught doing illegal stuff in there, and the state literally came in and shut them down. So that was a wild scene, and I don't know why the state isn't. They shut down this one, but yeah, they haven't they haven't released this report, and it's their fault that they got into my hands, because it's getting released and they're going to look like asses, because you need to release things like this. And I'm going to make it clear that they actually tried to protect these people. So it's not okay at a state level, at any level. And yeah, that's what happens when you do some really deep diving and get your hands into things and get the report. I tried to get some media to look at it. No one was interested. And again, I think because they look at the people involved. My town is super, super corrupt, super politically connected to, I tell you about Norcross. I know everything that goes on. I've run into politics. And I'm telling you, so Norcross comes to my town and he gets his oil changed at our garage. They literally change his oil. He's such a cheap ass that dude's a trillionaire. He steals from everybody, guys. And this guy has to come and get his oil changed at our garage. I know there's pictures of it. I've seen it because we've gotten pictures of him doing it. So pretty wild, huh? I mean, so there you go, everybody. And that's what we're going to be talking about. So yeah, I'm going to expose all of them and put that out there. It's just been bothering me. And again, it just bothers me the fact that my dad's a veteran and these people are just stealing money from veterans left and right. So that's getting exposed, everybody. So yeah, I got my hands on the state document there. It wasn't easy, but I ended up getting it, and it's getting exposed. Nobody wants to expose it. I'll put it out there. I got a big enough I have a big enough crowd of people that want to. We'll definitely post it out there. It'll get moving. Trust me. When you see, I read it to you guys. I know a couple people had commented on it and hit me up. One of my neighbors was listening to the show. He heard it. I swear, I had no idea people even listened around here. But yeah, so anyone around here that's listening, I'm putting the state report out there. So get ready for some fun in this town, because there's actually one name in it too. But I can expose everybody. I know everybody that was involved in it and everything that's involved, and I have all the facts to back it up. So it's coming out, guys. So there you go. And yeah, so that's just part of it too, is all the corruption. I mean, look at all the money in Minnesota and everywhere around the country. I bet if we got a lot of this money back, we could probably put it into the country and not be sending it over to Somalia and everywhere else this money's all going. So that's an interesting thing too. So yeah, you got everybody stealing money, all kinds of corruption going on. Just crazy shit was going on. They exposed it. Doge exposed a ton of it. We know that. And then Nick Shirley obviously exposed the whole Somalia thing in Minnesota. And yeah, there's corruption all over. So let's just put it all out there and show everybody. And maybe if we can collect all that money back, the country wouldn't be such a shithole after all. So it looks like all of our money just disappears. It either goes to the rich, or it just gets or it becomes corruption, and then it ends up in their pocket somehow, in somebody's pocket. So it is bizarre. Anyway, that's what we're looking at. That's what the market looks like today. Gold and silver, let's end it on that, because they are up this morning. Look at that, ripping right there. I had some gold calls. Silver looks even better, to be honest. Oh, gold looks good, but silver looks even better. I had some gold calls going into today, so they're going to be up pretty nice right there. So that is nice. And there you go, everybody. So you guys enjoy your day. I hope everybody has a great day. It's a red one. Maybe we'll put snow down, or some of these other ones that are coming down. Pay attention to the morning note in the Discord. I'll be on in the Discord at 9:15 with Ben. We'll go through everything, see what's going to be popping today, and then we'll go to it and see what our number one pick. Galaxy's up a little bit with crypto, so we'll check out the market and see how it wants to really react as it opens up here. So there you go, everybody. So all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence and be sure to trade smart. Lock in your profits. Goodbye. Good luck. See you later, and have a great day, everybody. And thanks for tuning in.